Okay, I guess I'm going to try to make this the second part of the video because I'm going to use an editor finally to splice two videos. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so this has, if I can turn the engine over. Where you can see it. Can't easily see it, but there's a keyway here that comes out, half moon key. So like I said, some of these come with that key cast into the flywheel that shears off because it's aluminum or magnesium mix. So this keyway is I think much better. It's not going to shear, but I used my old recycled hammer made out of plastic bags. Works great. Fiberglass handle. And I found a screwdriver laying on the ground, junkyard, sealed it up, glued it back together, cleaned up the screwdriver tip. Anyway, I just used that right here against the flywheel, and I kind of lovingly tapped it down behind the flywheel just a little. Gave her a little tap here, plastic hammer, flywheel came right loose. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to add this on to another video. So thanks for watching. I'll get back with you later. Okay, this is the next day and I have a cold. So my voice is kind of messed up. You see here I got the tappets and the tiny little push rods out. My whole world's falling apart here. And I got the crankcase cover undone. Now this doesn't look like some other 4-stroke trimmer engines. It's a little bit different. Kind of like not as much plastic in there. There's usually gears and stuff. You can see from my experience. There's flywheel side, seal, crankshaft seal. Let's look at the crankshaft cover here. This ties in and supports the crankshaft, which is a half shaft, because it doesn't go all the way through and have a bearing. It's not one-piece crankshaft. It's a one-piece crankshaft, but it doesn't come out the other side. So they need to support it with this piece here, which engages in that lug in there. So I've taken this loose to show you. It just knocks out. So strangely, this goes all the way through there like that. Now, there's not a seal. There wasn't. There's not a seal in the bearing, but there was a seal in here. So it does have a crankshaft seal on this side, inside of here, versus being on the outside here, like this one. So yeah, there you go on that. When I wiped out the crankcase, it was completely black in the bottom there, so it didn't leak all over. These are lock nuts that hold the tappets in place. So you see we got some valve stem keepers here. And again, what you want to do, stick string in the hole and put your flywheel back on loosely and crank it up so the piston holds the string against these valves. So you can push down on these valve spring retainers. I might be able to do it. I don't know. Usually, yeah, I took that one loose. See how that was pretty easy. But now sometimes they may be stuck because they don't have this kind of retainer. They have like a 2-piece retainer, like a Chevy small block or something. But yeah, that came right out. So it looks like the valve is like falling on down in there. So let's see if I can get the other one out. Kind of hard to do holding the camera, but let's try it. yeah, it worked. So we got our little valve springs there. So next, I'm finding out, because I was going to take out the cylinder head bolts, like the cylinder head and the cylinders all in one piece. And I've seen some Japanese engines, bigger ones like that, but they're using it on these small trimmer engines now. The same, like Steel uses the same all-in-one. So next, I'm going to be taking out the tappet mount, these studs here, just to get the steel out of here, because like I said, I'm going to scrap this. So here on these screws, back to these are really in there. So I don't know if you guys ever worked on a motorcycle, but you use an impact driver, because these are so darn tight. And I have taken the steel apart many times without using an impact driver on these, but you just want to slam this thing on the head and get those turned loose, you know. So that's what I'm going to be putting in advice and doing that. I'm not worried about scratching it or anything. Just clamp it in this area on both sides, and we'll get this this head off of here, and then the piston just the rod just slides off of that half crankshaft. See. So in this engine design, yeah, you cannot see the push rods where they go through these holes. Very interesting how they've changed their design compared to other people, and it just goes to show you can do something many different ways, you know. Now, whose way is better? I mean, I kind of like this way because I don't see any plastic in this crankcase, you know. I like that. So that is better than some others that I've seen. So I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to try, I got a new editor, I'm going to try to tack this on to the previous video I did yesterday. You guys have a good one. See ya.